What is up, New York Jets fans? I hope you hear me okay. I hope I'm coming through okay. I am here live from Morris County, New Jersey, just 10 minutes down the road from One Jets Drive, which is just silent these days because the New York Jets are sitting on their couch. They're playing golf. They're watching the Lions and the Redskins play just like the rest of us. Hey, look, man, the Lions look like they had a great stand there on the goal line, but Washington ends up getting in for the score because of a pass interference. They had stopped them on two separate drives, and the pass interference, and now there's someone down for Washington. But we will, of course, get into that. But I want to say what's up to everybody watching. I really appreciate you being here. I understand that it's that time of the year when the Midnight Mike and our flagship show runs up against football on a Saturday night. And so if you could, please hit that like button because we need more people to know that we are live because these are the dog days of the Midnight Mike show. It's always the time of year where we have between the end of the season, which usually is the end of the New York Jets, of course, between the end of the season and the Super Bowl being over. It's tough because we're running on Saturday nights, we're running on weekends when there is football, and it's tough to run against all that stuff. But hey, look, it shows me who the loyal listeners of the Midnight Mike show are. I am your late night New York Jets host, Midnight Mike. I have a lot to talk about tonight. Obviously, you know from the title that I do have an apology to make, which we will get to a little later in the show. And it's from the heart, and I will explain all of it. And I hope that you guys can accept my apologies and we can move forward into this new era of the Midnight Mike show with we're going gung ho because it's going to be different. And I'll tell you why a little later. There's a few things I want to talk about. One of the things is, of course, Josh McCown was just, interviewed for the head coach position for the New York Jets. And I want to give you my thoughts on that. And I'm sure that Maddie and Murdoch and others want to give you their thoughts. Ulbrich is going to the Atlanta Falcons, from what I could see, to be their defensive coordinator. And honestly, we'll talk about that. But I think all of us, I have nothing really against Jeff Ulbrich, and I wish him all the best. So we will talk about that during the show. We're only going to be going about an hour and a half tonight because I'm visiting my family in New Jersey. Of course, I'm coming to you from my mom's country western bar that is live inside her house. And by the way, we talked about this a couple days ago or a couple weeks. I don't know when it was, but our Mike and Maddie's top five was top five alcoholic drinks that you'd like. And I think we did that. I think I did that one when it was me and Murdoch. But what was my number one? It was a Long Island iced tea. I got a bar behind me, and God damn if I didn't make myself a Long Island iced tea for the show tonight. So let me take a sip of that. Cheers, all. Oh, it came out perfect. It's just alcohol, more alcohol, another type of alcohol, some more alcohol, some alcohol, and then a splash of Coke. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. The rumors are that Robert Saleh could be going to the Dallas Cowboys or San Francisco for their defensive coordinator position. I haven't seen anything set in stone yet, but we'll talk about all of that. And the last thing I will say before I bring in my co-host, Maddie, is it came out that Deion Sanders and his son Shador, there's like two teams that we will not play for these teams. We will not play for her. And one of them was the New York Jets. Hey, Deion, asshole, let me get you in on something. They come real close. I want to whisper it to you. We never fucking wanted your son. Do you get that? We never fucking wanted him. Keep that circus away from us. We already have enough of that shit with the Jets. Are you kidding me? Let's bring in my co-host. Maddie, how you doing tonight?
I'm a bit under the weather. I got a cold and I still got to go to work.
Dude, I just got over a cold. I came on for like 2 weeks talking about how sick I was. Yep. It just ended like Wednesday.
Well, I'm glad you're out of it. I'm hoping mine's not as severe as yours.
Okay.
Yeah, Ulbrich, like same as you. I wish him all the best. I hope he does really well in Atlanta, and good for him. And there's not really much going on right now. I mean, the playoffs are on, but I'm kind of like whatever about them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm enjoying them per se, but it's like being the guy looking at strippers from outside the club. it is what it is. So kind of whatever, it's the dog days of winter, and it is the week in Colorado where it drops way below zero for about 5 days starting tonight, which would make this pretty much our 1-year anniversary of me calling into the show, because that was when I first started calling in.
Shit, that's awesome. Well, happy anniversary to you and me being our own Beavis and Butthead.
Right, yeah, it's just funny because I was like, oh, it's that icy week, and I was like, oh wait, this is when I called in last week. So we don't have a date, we just go by the temperature. But
well, also, wasn't the first show you called in on, I was at my mom's house?
I can't remember, to be honest with you.
I think it was. I think the first time you called in, I was here, but I was sitting at the bar, and I had the TV that's in front of me behind me.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm almost positive, but that's really fucking cool. Valerie's in the house. She confirms Ulbrich to the Falcons. Yes, thank you so much, the First Lady Valerie. She's a channel member. DB94, my boy, is in here, and I can't thank him enough, and we'll talk about that a little later in the show. And by the way, guys, I'm actually seeing decent numbers for the start of the show, so if you guys keep hitting those thumbs up buttons, hopefully we could do pretty decent tonight up against what is probably, which is turning out to be a great game. Washington on top 10-7. Lions have the ball headed down the field. Goff throws, and that's like a 10-yard throw. They're moving close to midfield. They're probably up a little past the 40 at this point. They have a third down and 3. But yeah, I'll tell you what, Maddie, that earlier game, I was so excited. I went up for dinner, and it was a 1-point game, and I was excited. I'm like, oh, Houston could do this. And then it's just nothing.
It just was, I was commenting on Murdog's stream, and I was like, man, I'm losing interest in this game more every minute. But I mean, it was what was expected, and there were some booty cheeks ass calls that went exactly the way you expected them to go. So
I didn't see some of the second half, but when I came down and I saw that Houston hadn't scored since they got to the 12 points, and I was just so frustrated, and it's just I just fuck the Chiefs and fuck the Bills. Look, I get the Bills have never won a Super Bowl, and that's part of the reason why I'm rooting for the Detroit Lions. But let's be, they're in our division. I don't want to hear from, we got a bunch of Bills fans that always pop in here. I love them, but I do not wish them a Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, I don't. I would really like us to at least have one team in our division who's never won, so that we're not the last team to have won a Super Bowl. Yeah,
exactly. Because we're not winning one. Let's be honest. It's not coming.
It ain't coming.
Not anytime soon. Infrared in here. Not only is he a channel member, but he's with me and you. We all wish Ulbrich the best. Once again, he was thrust into a position with this team where it was almost out of nowhere. Now he might have known that at some point that Saleh could lose his job, but I really doubt he thought it was going to be after week 5.
Yeah, and he did the best with what he could do, but he was certainly not prepared for that. I can't be mad at the guy.
Scott wants me to pour him a Tito's Greyhound. I got Tito's right behind me. There's some Tito's right there. I got Tito's in my Long Island iced tea. I am having a great night tonight. Hold on.
Hey, Connor.
Oh, is Connor in here? I haven't caught up in the thing.
He popped in.
Look, I'm telling you, this bar is stocked. There is cupboards that I looked in that I didn't even know existed that had more and more and more alcohol upon alcohol. And when I realized that I could make a Long Island iced tea, I was like, we talked about that last week. I got to do it. And so that's by the end of this show, even though we're only going an hour and a half, I'm going to be just wrecked. Adirondack in here. Yo, Adirondack, now that you're in here, did you see that when you put that super chat in at the very end of the show, I don't know, last Saturday before, I did screenshot it and I brought it up on another show and gave you credit for it. So thank you so much, guys. Super chats, gifted channel memberships, all that stuff is so appreciated. This is like my second job. So this is the time of year I know it's obviously going to go down. It's Jets football, and it doesn't exist anytime past January 5th. So it is what it is. But we have good plans here for the off season, and we will let you in on all those. Don't you guys worry. Mets is switching between the Washington, Detroit, and Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Yo, that is a cheesy ass fun horror movie.
Classic. I just
Absolutely.
watched a really good movie. If you guys haven't watched it, it's on Netflix. It's called The Gentleman. It's got Matthew McConaughey and Colin Farrell. It's Guy Ritchie, one of those English gangster movies. Really worth your time. But make sure you got time to watch it because within 5 minutes you're going to be like, well, I'm either going to be late for work or I'm going to finish this or I'm going to miss this movie. But you won't stop watching it. It was really good.
Valerie tells you to take some zinc. It helps with the cold. My dad like swears upon taking zinc, and I've never taken him up on it, but I hear really good things
Yeah, I
about.
usually take some of that emergency, which has a lot of zinc in it. So
Scott Foster, part of the community. He's celebrating. Congratulations, Scott, coming out on the show. We appreciate that.
those aren't those Bills flags.
Yeah, those are probably, yeah, I think the Buffalo Bills fly those. Infrared, yep. Fuck the Chiefs and fuck the Bills. And there he is. Hey, Connor, what's up, man? Always good to have you. Always good to have you. We always put over Connor on this show. Alex the Average. Hey, guys, who we rooting for in the playoffs? I'm rooting for the Lions. I'm pretty much all Lions.
Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm all Lions at this point because the only other team that I was kind of rooting for was Sean and his Vikings, but they got just hammered. So it's
something.
And I'll be honest, the Lions aren't looking that dominant tonight so far.
Oh, it's our anniversary flag. Thank you, Scott.
That's funny.
That was a good one.
Okay, so we talked about Ulbrich to the Falcons. It is what it is. What are you hearing? Have you heard anything other than what I've heard about Robert Saleh either looking for the head coaching position in Dallas or possibly going to San Francisco to be the defensive coordinator again?
I hadn't even heard the San Fran thing, but I'm not really kind of keeping up with Saleh too much. Wherever he goes, I wish him well too. I mean, if he goes back to San Fran, that's a very familiar environment for him, and he did very well there. So good for him there. It would be very interesting to see him as a head coach in Dallas. I don't hate the Cowboys like a lot of people do. I really don't have any ill will.
I hate them.
Yeah, a lot of people do. So I guess I'd be fine with that. I mean, if that's what he wanted to do, it would really be interesting to see what he did with that team and see if he could get them to win at home. That'd be nice for them.
I just don't think he's a good head coach. I think if anything, they should be looking at him as a defensive coordinator. He's good at something. Let him do what he's good at. You enunciate, or enunciate? You show off what people are good at, and you hide the bad. He's not a good head coach. He just isn't. And I don't know. I mean, I don't wish him ill will, but I think San Fran has the idea. I think, or any team that.
I would say it's more likely he goes back to San Fran. I mean, honestly.
Here we go. Let me make sure I could do this because once again, I am not in my studio, but our boy, DB, always coming through. And guess what, buddy? You get the Jets champ. Much apprecited, DB. Gives 5 channel memberships. DB not only is a channel member, he's also a moderator, and he comes in and gives 5 channel memberships. That's what I love to see, and that is so much appreciated, guys. Hey, look, even if you can't super chat or donate to the show, look, hit that thumbs up button. It's free. It lets more people know that we are live here on the Midnight Mike Show, and I'm telling you, the future for this show, at least technically and entertainment-wise, is going to go through the roof, and I will talk about that in just a minute. Maddie, I know you probably heard me talk about this during my little monologue, but Deion Sanders coming out and saying that the New York Jets is not the place he wants. He will not let his son play. Motherfucker, we never wanted your stupid ass son to begin with. Look at the circus we're already dealing with. You think we want your fucking bullshit? Like, no, Deion, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, okay, like, honestly, we don't care. Like, I don't think the plan had ever been to draft Shedeur Sanders. And again, as a Buffs fan, I like Shedeur Sanders and all that and whatever, but like, so what? Like, you just had to come out and say that. Okay, well, whatever. Like, you're just one more fucking person dumping on the Jets because it's an easy slam dunk. Who cares? Like, I don't know why you had to say that. I mean, even if you felt that way, you could just kind of keep that to yourself, unless you
keep your fucking mouth shut.
But okay, good for you. I mean, honestly, that just all that does is when whoever drafts him plays the Jets, maybe that defensive line is a little hungrier, and it's just like, all right, you better than us. Okay, well, let's see what happens. And
once again, Shador is going to bring a circus along with him because of his dad.
Well, and the thing is there's no guarantee Shador Sanders is going to be an amazing NFL quarterback.
Agreed. Completely agree.
That, it's kind of fucking dumb to write the check before the cash is in your bank account. So I'm just kind of like, okay, dude. I mean, like, I feel like it's kind of like when a high school kid talks shit to me when I'm walking down the street. I'm just like, all right, like, talk is cheap, dude. Whatever. I can't get angry about it. I'm just like, why don't you worry about making sure that he doesn't turn out to be a first round bust?
Maddie, I don't know if you're watching. This is turning into a fucking shootout in Detroit. Detroit scored. They were in the lead with 14. Washington just came right down the field, and he threw a 1 yard pass, but then the guy ran it 60 yards for the touchdown. And now with the extra point, Washington is going to be up 17-14. It's turning into a shootout. This is turning into a good game.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't put it on. I kind of got distracted doing other shit, so I just I'll catch the highlights later at work probably.
Well, what's up, Johnny boy? It is good to see you in the house. Please make sure everybody's hitting that like button. We appreciate all that. You predicted that Sanders would say that. Yeah, of course I predicted that Sanders would say that, because look, we're the New York Jets. Who the fuck wants to come here? At least I'm honest. But the thing is, like Maddie said, it's like you don't come out and say it, because look, he named like 2 or 3 teams. Those teams are in the probably all in the top 10. Okay, let's say he drops for some reason. There's a lot of time between now and the draft, and maybe people start seeing that he's probably not going to be. And then all of a sudden, those top few teams don't draft him, and then it starts coming to these teams that his dad opened his fucking mouth about. Yeah. And then these teams are like, you know what? Fuck you, asshole. And then he drops down.
Like 23rd. Exactly. I mean, look what happened to Johnny Manziel, and nobody said anything with that one. So it's just, I don't know, man. It is what it is. It just seemed kind of foolish for Dion to start running his yap.
What does this even mean? My last membership cost me $32.99. Didn't realize I had no money in that account. Credit union popped me. What membership cost you $32.99?
But didn't have any money, and he got hit with an overdraft charge.
Interesting, because I'll tell you, man, I know my memberships are as much as a cup of coffee to my channel.
What it was when he bought the membership, he went in negative, and they hit him with an overdraft fee. That's what he said.
Oh, that sucks.
That sucks.
Well, dude, Adirondack and anybody listening, we don't want anybody taking the chance and doing something like that. So believe me, I'd rather you make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button, and when you have the money flow to support the show, it's much appreciated. But we don't want anybody to get hit with shit like that.
It's auto renew. Yeah, dude, we've all been there.
Looks like our boy Lane's in the house.
Lane, what's up, Lane Train?
All right, let's pop down to the beginning. Oh, it was the automatic renewal.
Uh-huh.
Well, it is what, dude, I'm sorry. Once again, I'm sorry about that. That's nothing I can do about it. But I still tell everybody, when you can support the show, with gifted memberships or joining as a member or, super chats. But we definitely don't want anybody going into debt or overdrafts or anything like that because of our show. At the least, we just want you to hit that thumbs up. Like, hit the thumbs up. That's what really helps. Now, Maddie.
Yep.
The next thing I want to talk about is Josh McCown was interviewed for the head coaching position, and I'm looking at this. Whatever. Now Aaron Glenn, his defense ain't looking too hot right now, but Detroit's been running through injuries all season, so you can't really judge him on that. But my thing is that I don't want. Do you want? I don't want Josh McCown as my
I don't
head
think
coach.
They want Josh McCown. I think it's just a formality for the reality. I mean, they've interviewed 500 people, like we joked about last weekend. Every 5 minutes that we've concluded our interview with, Lauren Michaels. We've concluded our interview with Lionel Richie. Like everybody's getting an interview, so I'm not too worried about it. I mean, I think that they're just interviewing anybody and everybody who's available, and just because you got nothing to lose, and if something happens, you're like, holy shit, that guy blew our socks off. We didn't think about that dude. Cool. And then if not, thanks. We'll call you. Don't call us.
Well, the thing is, yes, Caden. Caden, we are watching and we are giving updates as best as we can. Or if you're watching the game and watching us, you will hear us talking about the game. Washington up 17-14. Like I just told Maddie, it's turning into a shootout here in Detroit. But it is what it is, and I'm rooting for the Lions. I would really love to see them get to their first Super Bowl. I'd love to see them win their first Super Bowl, and it's not because I'm a huge Lions fan. I am a big Tim the Toolman Taylor fan. I'll admit that, but it's more. Yeah, but for me, it's more the Lions fans. It's like, as a Jets fan, you've got to feel for Lions fans. It's the same way I feel for Browns fans. You know what I'm saying? It's just struggling, miserable fan bases. And I feel like we're one and the same. So let's go Lions. Do they have like a thing? Like, go Pack Go, or hail to the Redskins, or do the Lions have like a thing, like a thing you say?
I don't know.
Okay. If anybody knows, let us know so we can give our support that way. We'll say like, if it was the Pack, go Pack Go, we'll see whatever it is. Lions lose just means Aaron Glenn comes quicker. He's coming anyway. I think Aaron Glenn's going to be our next head coach. Interception is Washington. They're already up 17-14 and touchdown, pick 6 on Jared Goff. Martin with the interception runs it in, and this could mean trouble for the Detroit Lions because that is a morale breaker. So let's see what their coaching staff can do here. Let's see if they can motivate the team, because that's what shows what a good coaching staff is.
A lot of time left.
There's a lot of time left, but once again, if this is the Jets or some shit team that doesn't have the coaching staff, then morale is broken. I mean, the Jets always play decent until the biggest mistake they make. Once that happens, the Jets fall apart, and the game, you could just feel it. The game is over. So let's see what Detroit can do here. Oh, finally. Let's bring in our buddy who's been he came in a little late. Hey, Murdog, what's up, man?
What's up? You're a little late. Oh my god.
Yeah. What were you doing? You having fun doing something more important?
Yeah, I missed the bus.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. Those buses run off schedule. It's weird.
Yeah, I missed the bus.
So we're talking about Josh McCown interviewing for head coach. What do you think, Murdog?
I think I heard him say or saw somewhere that he said if he's not going to be the head coach, he's not interested. Is that true?
Yeah. Oh, yes. And that was going to be my thing. It's like I'd take him on. I'd consider taking him on as an offensive coordinator, but not a first-time head coach.
Yeah. I agree. If you offensive coordinator, yeah, but the ball's on you, right?
Yeah. Like who does this guy think he is?
I kind of laughed when I was like, "Who the fuck? Dude, who are you?" That was my first thought.
And I could picture a guy like Rex or a former head coach coming in and saying, "Look, I'm not interviewing for a step down. I'm not going to interview for a coordinator position." But Josh McCown is what is he? He's a QB coach, right?
Yeah,
well, that may be his way of making sure he doesn't get the job.
Please. He could only wish to get a head coaching position anywhere.
Was that just for the Jets or every vacancy?
He said he doesn't want to do an offensive coordinator position, but that's like the logical next step up from a QB coach. You know what I'm saying?
That's worse than Mike Westhoff saying he didn't want to be the coach again unless he was the head coach. It's a career special teams guy.
It's just that my whole thing is that I would love for, if we have Aaron, we hire Aaron Glenn to be our head coach. We take on Josh McCown as our offensive coordinator. I'm okay with that. But I don't want him as he can go kick rocks if he thinks he's going to be the head coach of the New York Jets or any team for that matter. Like there's steps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with flip flops on too.
With flip flops? What the fuck are you talking about?
He can kick rocks with flip flops on.
Oh, there you go. I like that. Jets Worldwide, meow. Yeah, meow to you too. I don't know what that means. All right, you know what? Since you guys are here, before we move on to anything else, let me talk to everybody about my apologies tonight, because I came here to apologize to everybody who watches my show for one thing and one thing only. When I started this show and I started doing Jets content about a year and a half ago, I was just doing reaction videos. Okay, so those are easy. You record them, you put them out. They are what they are. Then when my channel got monetized, and I started to pull in the live shows, okay? And immediately from the start, I was having problems with lagging and all this other stuff. And I kept saying, I'm going to call my internet company. I'm going to get in touch with my internet company. I'm going to take care of this for all of you guys, whatever. And I did. I got in touch with Xfinity. I went back and forth with them for like 2 months trying to figure out what was going on. They brought me a new router and all that stuff, and nothing improved, to the point where I not only dumped Xfinity, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't get any, penalties or fees or all that stuff. So I got a new debit card so that they couldn't charge me for shit. And I went over and got the fiber optic internet, whatever, and everything seemed to improve a little bit, from that point on. And then, everything was working fine for a while, and almost a year, and it was spotty at points, but it was mostly working fine. Now, there were certain things I couldn't do that I wish I could do, but everything working standard as we have it right now, it worked. That was that. Then so I got that internet. Then I was having issues again, and our boy DB actually took time out of his day, out of his schedule, to meet with, to get to and message with me and be like, okay, here, what tell me what this is on your computer. Do you have all the, I don't know if they call it cache or cache, whatever. Can you clear that? All this other stuff. And he helped me kind of clear my computer, clear my recycling bin, clear some other programs. And it didn't help as much as I thought it would. Then over the last 3 shows, especially, the lagging and the bullshit that went on with this show. If you guys sat and saw it, I appreciate every single one of you who watched when I had to, not only when I was lagging, but when I was pulling myself out of the show and letting Maddie and Murdoch and Sean and Metz and whoever else take over the show. And they did amazing. Like, those guys saw I was out and they just kept going with the show. And that's why I have them here, and that's why I love them. But it got so bad, and I want to apologize to everyone who watched this show and stuck with us through the past, especially 3 weeks, because the problem has officially been solved. I don't know if any members can see it, but guys, DB came through. Your boy Mike needed a new oven. I might need a new refrigerator. I have to get part of my roof, fixed. And after Tuesday night show, I was fucking pissed. I was depressed. I was just like, what the hell am I going to do to fix this problem? And after the show, DB started messaging me and eventually told me that he was going to hook me up and he was going to get me a mini PC. And I didn't know what it was. He showed me pictures and whatnot. I told him, don't do it. I said, I'll figure it out. We can try to reboot my computer again. We'll try to go through stuff. But the man is not only a great fan of the show, but now even more of a friend of the show, because this guy, he helped Murdoch put up his Discord. He helped Murdoch set up the Discord that all of us are in, which I hope somebody puts in the link in the comments section. I hope you guys get that. But starting on Tuesday night, and I can't wait for next Saturday, but starting Tuesday night, there's going to be no lagging on this show. We've already tested it out. Everything will be coming from my studio. I'll be able to share my screen if I want to show you guys. If we're talking about the Atlanta Thrashers like we were a couple weeks ago, and we couldn't recall what the exact logo looked like, and we had to have Mets come and bring it in, I'll be able to do all of that stuff. I'll be able to bring in as many guests as I want, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to bring in, I do 3 to 4 guests at a time, but I get this point. I can pull a Zoom meeting like some other content creators and have 10 of you in here at one time, all just talking nonsense about everything. I can pull it all off now, folks. So not only with that and the new computer and the Rodecaster and the good mics and I think I'm getting a new camera this weekend. I apologize to all of you who had to go through the bullshit of watching the lags and watching the streams where I have to put, guys, I apologize and thank you so much for sticking with me. The problems are over, and this is what I was talking about before. I held back on a lot of my shows with going back and forth with people, witty comments that Maddie makes and Murdoch makes. I'm pulling back because I'm so lagging behind that it comes 10 to fucking seconds after somebody says something. Like especially last Tuesday night when Sean was on, I was coming on interrupting. You guys are sitting there laughing because you know how far I'm lagging behind, and I get it. I completely understand, but those problems are over, folks. Now I can just come at you guys like Midnight Mike can come at you guys with my regular personality, and I don't have to sit there holding back and worried that I'm going to cut people. It's over. So I apologize and thank you, Maddie and Murdoch, honestly, for dealing with that bullshit, because it's finally over.
I told you needed a new computer like 8 months ago.
Dude, I'm telling you, I told you all the shit going on at my fucking house.
I'm just saying, I told you, man, desktops. You guys, everybody relies on laptops too much. A solid desktop, way to go.
Well, not only that, man, but it was like a 10-year-old desktop.
I know, but now you got a nice one, and you're just I can't wait to see how happy you're gonna be going forward.
Dude, I'm already happy. When I got it all hooked up and ready to go, DB sends me this thing like, go to this website and it'll tell you how fast you're running, like your upload and your download speeds. Yeah. And I did it. I took a screenshot. I sent it to him. I go, is this good? And his first reaction was in like caps with like a muscle. Let's fucking go, brother. Because apparently like he's getting like 300 to 400 download and like, I don't know, 20, 30 of the other one. Dude, I'm at almost 1,000 on both.
Welcome to the 20th century.
Like, dude, I am pumped. I am pumped. And seriously, like, you guys saved me so many shows.
Happy you are.
Oh, I'm so fucking pumped. So you have no idea.
I haven't seen you like happy like this. I don't think ever.
Connor Long, member for 3 months. Thank you so much, Connor. Real quick, I will get you the Jets chant. And Connor comes in and he says, hold on. I lost it. Damn it. I know it's on the screen, but I'm running off my phone. This is the game of the year. Go Lions. Yeah, already. Look, it was, what was it, 17-14 the last time I looked? 24 Washington, 21 Lions. And who has the ball? Washington has the ball. And that looked like pass interference, but he caught it anyway. But yeah, Connor, thank you so much. I appreciate your channel membership. Hopefully we'll get you on the show sooner rather than later. We always enjoy you coming on with your wisdom beyond your years is what I'll call it. Let's see here. Okay, here's, you know what? Let's have some fun before we go to the intermission report, which is going to come around the 45-minute mark of the show, because we're only doing an hour and a half tonight. I have family all over this house still right now, and they're sticking around. And I told them, look, I'll get off around 10:30. They're like, we'll wait, because tomorrow there's a big snowstorm coming here through the Northeast, and we were planning on spending a lot of time like tomorrow evening and whatever, but it's not going to happen. We're getting a couple inches of snow, and there's a lot of people who don't want to be like driving around. So I get that. Guys, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up on your way in. Okay, so here we go. I just want to talk to you guys about this. You guys know I'm a uniform guy, and today it came out. Now, we all know that the Oakland Athletics have moved out of Oakland, okay? and they are moving to Las Vegas. But in the meantime, they're going to be playing in a minor league ballpark in Sacramento. But they want nothing to do with the city of Sacramento. Okay, they have said we're not going to go by Sacramento Athletics. We're not going to go by Oakland Athletics. We're not going to go by Las Vegas Athletics till we move there. We're just going to be known as the Athletics. Okay, kind of like Utah Hockey Club or whatever. Until they come up with a name, they're just the Utah Hockey Club. Okay, but they're doing the opposite. So there's no city attached. Whatever. Well, that changed today. So apparently they're not going by Sacramento or anything like that. But they are putting a new patch on their uniform. And there's something about the Athletics from Philadelphia to Oakland to Sacramento to hopefully Las Vegas that they have always had. And on their sleeve, they've always had the elephant. Okay? And that's just something that has tied the Athletics together from the time they started till now. Because the elephant has been removed from their uniform in favor of this patch right here.
I was just Googling it.
So the Sacramento patch, that's a Tower Bridge. I think they said that's in the outfield of the minor league ballpark. You can see the Tower Bridge in Sacramento out there. And so they're replacing something that has been on the Athletics uniform since they were in Philadelphia with this. And now, and personally, I want your guys' opinion. I think this is a fucking money grab so that they can sell as much merchandise as possible because it's going to be very limited. They're only going to be in Sacramento for a little while. But in turn, they're sacrificing one of the longest traditions the team has ever had. So what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Why? I don't.
Do you think it's money? You think it's a straight up, let's sell some jerseys, let's sell it? Because I think they're going to be selling hats with that on it. Now, it doesn't say Athletics. It just says Sacramento, and it is in that Athletics font. But, I mean, money grab, or do you think, is this genuine? What do you think, Maddie?
I think, honestly, I think you kind of have to do something. You're going to be playing in Sacramento for a year, and to not even acknowledge that the city's having you play there. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure money didn't hurt the idea, but I feel like it was probably a matter of people in Sacramento were like, you're too fucking good to even admit you play here right now. So I think it was kind of more of a, hey, this is a good PR relations thing, and we'll make some money doing it. So I'm sure that their motivation wasn't pure or anything, but at the same time, what are you going to do?
Murdoch, what do you think if you were an Athletics fan? And I know there's, I guess not too many since they couldn't support the team in Oakland. But if you're an Athletics fan, what do you think of pulling off the longest tradition of the team off the sleeve for that?
Well, I mean, most people have two sleeves. So what's on the other?
Well, that's what I was. Yes.
I mean, put the fucking bridge icon on the other arm. Why? I wouldn't mess with the elephant.
No, yeah, and that I agree. I was gonna, before you brought it up, I was gonna say, why not put it? Did they have something on the other arm that they couldn't have put? And I guess no, because even the World Series patches are moved to the front of the jersey now. Even specialty patches like that are on the front of jerseys now, so it's not on the sleeve anymore.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
it's just it's confusing to me. I don't get it. And the reason I bring it up is because I'm such a bitch fan about uniforms that I have not bought a Yankees jersey since they put the Nike logo on the front. I think that's blasphemous. I will never, ever, ever buy a Yankee uniform or jersey with the Nike swoosh on it on the front. It's that should not be on the front of a Yankee uniform. Other teams can do that. Be my guest, but not the Yankees. I'm sorry.
It's like Notre Dame having the names on the back of the jerseys in the bowl games.
Yeah, no, unnecessary. And then the fucking, I don't even get me started on these patches, these advertising patches. Look, that's for fucking losers in Europe. Okay, in Europe, the advertiser is bigger than the patch of the team. Fine, you do that. You guys do that. This is America. Okay, this is fucking America. This is America.
All right, we want. And y'all speak American, or y'all get the hell out and go fight Ted Nugent.
And the worst part is like, I remember seeing the Mets patch and I was pissed about that. And the Yankees at that point, I think still didn't have an advertising patch on their uniform, but then they got theirs and I was just like, okay. And then, I found out that at the stadium, you can buy the Yankee jersey without the patch, but for like $20 extra, you could get the advertising patch on sewn onto the jersey. I'm gonna pay for that. Get the fuck out of here,
dude. Thank you, Chad. Yeah, that's just like that's nonsense, man. It's like and they literally will sell the advertising patch. Like,
that's so stupid.
I'm like, why the fuck would I buy a Western Union patch to what? Patch up my jerseys? Like, get out of here.
Well, yeah, T-Dobbs. Look, losers in Europe. Yeah, man. I mean, like, look, we are back-to-back World War champions. And we beat Britain in 1776. We beat Germany, Italy, what is it? Was it Prussia? I mean, it just the list goes on and on and on. I mean, look, and the saying, everyone knows the saying, America's number one. Like, we all know that saying. It's not like no one's heard that before. So sorry. See, the problem is T-Dobbs from Canada. Which was going to be cool because we're going to split that up into like 5 or 6 different states when Trump gets in. So that'll be fun. We'll enjoy that. In T-Buds, then you'll be part of our team, man. You'll be part of the group. No, they're loving it. They are loving it. Look, USA. And if I was in my studio right now, I'd be playing the America Fuck Yeah drop. I don't have that here. But it is what it is. Speaking of buying Canada, is anything big happening tomorrow or the next day on Monday? Anybody know?
No. I'm gonna take it easy. I'll probably watch some TV.
You'll be going up against us two this year. What does that mean? Oh, does that mean in a war? No, please. We'll just take it if we want it, T-Dobbs.
Actually, I think the United States has tried to fuck with Canada twice and been like, maybe we should.
No, that's true. No, seriously. We tried to in like 1812. No, yeah, Canada held their own in 1812.
Yeah. Oh, maybe let's just stay.
I can admit that.
To the north.
I can admit that. I have no problem with that. We weren't trying, but
I watched. Speaking of Canada, though, I saw a really interesting graphic of like it was most hated MLB teams. And they do by state. And they did like provinces in Canada, and they did like like the one that's like way north of Edmonton, and they hated the Yankees the most. But I was like, did they ask all 7 people that live there? Like who? Yeah. Like it was a really strange like to just. Like,
well, I'm assuming
they did everything.
I'm assuming those people
Greenland's most hated team.
Well, they'll be ours soon too. It's great. But no, I think that's probably because everyone in that part of, I think pretty much anyone in Canada would be a fan of the Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays and Yankees aren't super friendly. No, so I mean that makes sense.
I honestly, so speaking of, I want to ask you guys this, just because it's the off season, would you support moving a team to Canada? Because I would like to have another team in Canada.
Oh, I'd have no problem with that
in Western Canada. Like I would like. You've got Toronto, so I would love to see a team in like Edmonton or Vancouver or Calgary. Probably Calgary. I think Edmonton might be a little too cold. But I would love to see another team in the Western provinces.
Well, I would honestly rather have them put 2 teams in Canada, one on the East, one on the West, than ever put any teams in Europe.
Well, yeah.
Like by far.
That ain't gonna happen.
I don't know, man. They might do it. I think Vancouver could support an MLB team. They certainly have a great minor league system down there with the Mariners and stuff.
No, I meant Europe.
Oh, Europe. Yeah, I don't think Europe will happen either.
I sure hope not. But I'd do 2 teams in Canada. I would have no problem with that.
I would even love it if they were the Expos again. Like I'm not saying I'd root for the Vancouver Expos, but I would certainly not hate on the Vancouver Expos.
Oh, I thought you were talking about in the NFL.
No, I'm talking baseball.
Well, I'd take it either way. I would love the Expos back. I would absolutely love that. I think that would be awesome. Yeah, and then putting a team over in the West would be awesome. Adding 2 more MLB teams, but I'm talking about for NFL. I think the NFL could do with 2 teams in Canada, one in the East and one in the West.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
I mean,
really
like I
just
said,
don't-
more than Europe.
I'd rather move a team though than make more teams because I feel like the talent pool just gets so watered down. You know, every time you add another team, like we've got enough teams. Take a struggling team. Like I mean, there's I guarantee there's a baseball team. I don't look at who's doing well financially or whatever, but they could move to Vancouver. There's got to be, you know, but whatever. All right, we're off topic.
Scott brings it up. Monday is the national championship game, and I don't know about you. I don't know about you, Maddie, but me and Murdog are rooting Notre Dame. Who you got?
Oh, I got Notre Dame.
Not. Yeah, I mean who you're rooting for, not necessarily who do you got.
No, I'm rooting for Notre Dame. I'm Catholic, dude. I can't not root for Notre Dame. I'll go to hell if I die.
Oh, well, there you go.
I don't want to explain that shit to St. Peter.
DJ comes in and says, Mike, you don't know how to apologize. It's the ownership who needs to apologize to you Jets fans. Hey, thank you. But I wasn't talking about necessarily the Jets when I made my apology. I was apologizing to the people who watch this show, whether we're talking about taking over Canada and Greenland or we're talking about the Jets. It is what it is either way. It's just I was having shitty streams. I kept trying. I did everything I could to fix the computer that I had and to clean it and to wipe it and whatever I could do. But it came down to just like Maddie said, I needed a new computer, and DB helped make that happen. And you guys are going to have a whole different Midnight Mike show from this point on. It's going to be a lot more like what we're dealing with tonight, because I don't think there's a lot of lagging going on right now where we could just really go back and forth and shoot off each other. Instead of me kind of just cowering and pulling myself out and being like, fuck, what am I going to do here? And
now with the new computer, you have all the extra room for all the anime porn.
I'm not putting anything on that computer because my other computer will still work for video editing, for like my reaction videos and things like that. So I'm not putting any of those apps or things I have on that computer. I'm not putting anything on the new computer. It's literally going to be for StreamYard and StreamYard only. Like, I'm going to make sure that this thing stays as best as it can go. Miguel, dude, what's up, man? It's good to have you in here. He's a channel member. Every time someone yells America, an eagle screeches and gets its wings. Hell yeah. God, do you guys watch Cobra Kai?
Yeah, it's funny. We were just talking about that, my wife and I, and we watched, I think, up through the 4th season, and we're like, we need to catch up on that. Like, there's so many shows that, like, I got to catch up on. I just started watching that show Silo on Apple TV, and, like, there's just so much on. And I like Cobra Kai, and I'm a fan of Hawk. I like Hawk.
Well, that's why I said it, because every time he comes on the screen, they have that Hawk sound. Mm-hmm. So when he says an eagle screeches, I picture a sound kind of like that. Maybe I just need to get that on my soundboard. I think that'd be funny. T-Dobbs, we're nice for a while until we're not. You should have seen our people in World War I and World War II. We aren't slouches. I'm not saying you are, man. Any soldiers I have complete respect for.
Was T-Dobbs in Canada?
Yeah, he's in Canada. From what I'm to understand,
the Canadian soldiers were bad motherfuckers, and as somebody who's had to go to Canada to play hockey before, the Royal Mounted Canadian Police, you don't want to fuck with those guys. They threw one of our defensemen off the bus at the border because he had a DUI. So I got the utmost respect for Canadian soldiers and law enforcement, because those dudes, they don't fuck around. Because when you're raised on a farm and you bale hay for the first 15 years of your life, you're not one to be taken lightly when somebody says move.
Clancy, channel member, comes in rooting on the Irish there. 4-leaf or Shamrock, whatever you want to call it. Shamrock football, Shamrock. Go Notre Dame. I agree, Mike. Canada before Europe. And that, like I said, whether Matty was talking about baseball, I was talking about football, but either one. I don't want any of our American leagues getting teams in Europe or anything like that. I'd rather go to Canada. I'd rather do a team in Mexico City, maybe, but nothing further than that, because it's the travel and all the bullshit that would come along with that would just be way too much. It would for the players and all that stuff.
No, and the quality of the game would decrease so badly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys, we're to the halfway point of this show. So we are about to go to the Midnight Mike intermission report with Mike and Maddie's top 5. For those of you who are new or whatever, please hit that like button. Let more people know that we are live. But how does the Mike and Maddie's top 5 work? We want a generic top 5. You guys pick it. This is, purely just off the top of our heads. We want you guys to start putting top 5 suggestions in the comments section, such as top 5 horror movies, top 5 football jerseys. Now, these are ones we have done. Actually, I don't think we did horror movies specifically, but we did top 5 Christmas movies at Christmas, top 5 movie theater snacks. Things like that is what we're looking for in the intermission report. And then when we pick one, you guys come in and give us your top 5s as well in the comments section. But right now we have got to say goodbye to Murdog. He'll come back after this break. Murdog, thank you for being here. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Good, boys.
Later, buddy.
All right, Maddie. Guys, get ready. We are going to head to the intermission report.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
And I am having a little bit of trouble here on this end running off my phone because I couldn't get the comment down and I couldn't get our background changed. But there you go. All right. What do we got in the comments section for the top 5s?
Let us see.
Put in your suggestions, folks. Top 5 video games. Have we done that? Have we done like top 5 NES games?
We've done NES.
I think we did.
We could do
maybe
video game franchises or something. I'm starting to kind of wonder if maybe we need to start retiring the top 5 for the intermission report and come up with something new.
Well, I have no problem with that.
Yeah,
we could always do something. Yeah, we could always do. This is a little too specific, Scott. Top 5 individual Super Bowl performances. That's a little too specific. I'm looking a little bit more generic here for the show. Real quick, Maddie, what do you think? I don't use it, so I don't give a fuck. But what about this ban on TikTok? That TikTok's just going to stop working.
I also don't have it, but I think it's interesting that rather than just be like, oh, yeah, we'll sell to an American investor or whatever, they're like, no, we're just not going to have it. I'm like, cool, get rid of it. Like,
yeah, I don't use it.
I'm a fan.
So I don't give a shit.
Like one less social media, I'm a huge fan. So
Lane, that ain't bad.
That's not bad one.
A top 5 Pop-Tart flavor. He has, what is that? Pop-Tat flavors or Pop-Tot flavors?
Got those tats, baby. Those Pop-Tats.
Top 5 video games on Super Nintendo. Interesting.
That's not a bad one.
That's not horrible. Top 5 Catholic popes. I'll be honest. Pope John Paul was pretty decent, but I don't know really any before him. And the ones after him I thought have been kind of jobbers. So, it is what it is. Oh, Jets Worldwide. Top 5 breakfast foods. That's simple and easy. That's something that I think we can go with. That is... No, okay. We have not done that.
We've done so many different foods.
Top 5 Super Bowl ads. I'd like to do this one with a little bit more preparation.
Yeah, I need to prep that because I can't come up with them right off my head.
Oh, T-Dobbs. Top 5 rock albums. Now, can that include like rock, southern rock, heavy metal, just the whole rock genre? And I'll ask Maddie on that one because it's our rules. I feel like we got to go.
I don't
trying to
have a
think
problem with that. Basically you can do your albums that you can't throw like rap and hip hop in there, but like some of your rock albums,
yeah, like you can't throw rap, hip hop, country. Cash. Yeah, country would be out. I don't know if I could. I love songs and whatever it'd be.
I think we can do this.
Hard. Top 5 takeout. What does that mean? Takeout items or takeout restaurants? No, I understand that.
Oh, okay.
Top 5 Western movies. One of my favorite top 5 Western movies is one of Met's intro videos. So
Very nice.
just pointing that out.
I don't know that we would butcher the album, Scott, you fucking snob.
I'd want more time. I'd want more time on that because
I already started writing.
Dude, I don't know if I could come up with like a legitimate 5. Like right now, the only ones coming to my head are like one band because my mind is going so crazy right now. I could probably do it. But if we do this one,
then we could revisit it.
No, but if we do this one, I want to have the caveat that it can be changed because I know I'm going to forget. I know I'm going to forget some because right now I'm thinking about I have like 2 or 3 bands that are just sticking in my head, and I can't get them out of my head. Damn it, my pen is running out. Of course. All right, I'm writing, Maddie. If you've got them, just talk to these people.
I don't have them all, but you know, and I'm really trying to stay in the rock genre, not like alternative or anything. I'm trying to really go rock. And I mean, alternative rock, some of it counts, I think, but
I mean, I'm going all over. I mean, right now I've got rock, heavy metal, grunge, like rock, just the rock. Like once again, no country, no rap, no hip hop, no pop. You know,
I gotcha.
No. I don't even know if I would consider. I wouldn't. I'd put in punk, but I wouldn't put in pop punk. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, like for me, I'm like going, as much as I love the Smiths, like I'm keeping them off of this list. You know, or like the Cure, as much as I like the Cure, you could argue they're you'll find their albums in the rock section, but you know, it's not really, you know. I even have 2 honorable mentions.
Oh, dude, I have a bunch, but I have 1, 2, 3. I only have 4 bands because I'm still. Once I think of a band, I can pull something off and name off some of some of the albums that I like. But I'm just trying to get a little bit of more diverse bands, basically. Like I like early. Okay, tell me if this counts. I like early Green Day, but to me that's pop punky. Like it's not really rock. But what do you think?
It's up to you, man. I mean,
I'll put one.
I hate Green Day, so you know I can't make. I'm the worst person to ask for on that one. To ask for advice. I got 3 honorable mentions and my top 5, I think, and I could definitely reserve the right to come back and say, okay, I want to add more later.
Okay, this is going to be loose, folks. I hope everybody enjoys this because here we go, guys. We've already picked it. I don't you see it on the screen? We've already picked it, and you guys are still throwing ones in there. I appreciate it. Top 5 fast food, Steve. Top 5 potato chip flavors. Look. Top 5 worst MLB uniforms. Like Maddie, we don't need to retire this. I'd named like 5 or 6 that we could easily have done tonight.
Yeah, well, I mean, how many nights do we get it where we're practically panhandling like homeless people for one topic? So
no, I agree. Okay, hold on one sec. Now let me order them.
Okay. Well, I'll do my honorable mentions while you get yours in order.
Hold on, no, because I have honorable mentions too with the list I've come up with. So hold on, just give me 1 second. Okay, 1.
Hope the new computer fixes this.
2, 3, 4, 5, and then I have 1, 2, 3 honorable mentions. Got it.
Right.
Let's go.
I got 3 honorable mentions too.
Okay, what are your honorable mentions? Oh my God. Have you seen this Fox 5 News weather lady?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Anyone watching Fox 5 in the New York area, you know what I'm talking about. Go ahead there,
All right, you may
Maddie.
just do all three of them.
Give me one. I'll do one because I have three also.
All right, my first one is the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Fever to Tell. It's a great album. It kicks ass, and it really started off well in the post-punk movement in the early 2000s in New York.
My first one is going to be I think it's their second studio album after Bleach, and I'm going to say Nevermind, Nirvana.
Okay. I actually prefer Bleach out of all the Nirvana albums. That's my favorite.
But Bleach is a great album too. In Utero is a good album.
Yeah. My next one is Jane's Addictions, Ritual de lo Habitual. Love that album.
My next one is going to be I love the Michael Graves Misfits, and a lot of people give me shit about that because I love Danzig too. But I just, those two albums that they put out when they did the Resurrection Tour in '97, I just, goddamn, like I love them both. But the honorable mention is going to go to the first one that came out, and it's the Misfits' American Psycho. Outstanding album. Just, I love it. I love it. It has everything I want in like a metal punk album. So there it is.
My last honorable mention, mostly just because it's just got a lot of nostalgia for me, is Ozzy Osbourne's No More Tears. I love that album. I didn't think of Black Sabbath or Ozzy. I know.
God damn.
It's a huge.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, this would be one we'd need to do like a whole music show and just do like our top 50 like albums, like prep for it.
Yeah.
Which we could do. Maybe make it a members thing.
Oh, your guys that coming in. She's a 10 on Fox 5.
There we go.
She's hot. She's hot on Fox 5. Dude, you got to see her. She's very beautiful. Very beautiful girl. Miguel, I'll get your list in here soon. I see it in there. My last honorable mention is going to be, and this one has my favorite song of all time from this band on it, but I just don't think the album as a whole is as good as another album that I have on my actual top 5 list, and it was their first studio album, Metallica, Kill 'Em All, my favorite song of all time, Four Horsemen from Metallica.
Okay, is the Fox person, is her name Liv Johnson?
I don't know. I didn't see her name. I wouldn't have looked at her name anyway.
Tall blonde girl.
Yes.
Yeah, apparently that's she's in the comments. They clearly are fans of hers.
You see it in the comment? I don't see that in the comments.
Yeah, her name is right
there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Adriana, same dude, man. I left Judas Priest off this list because I'm dumbass, but they would have been on there too. Quick,
dude, we have like a huge Judas Priest fan in the comments all the time. What's his name?
I don't know. It's what's his name? I forget his name, but he's got the Screaming for Vengeance thing. I would have probably put Painkiller on that list too. But all right, my number 5.
Wait, before you do that, guys, we're having a decent night tonight. This is usually our lowest rated time of the year, but I appreciate you in here. Just make sure you're hitting the like button. That would be awesome. Adirondack comes in and says, "Hell yeah, Mike was just listening to Four Horsemen the other day." Yes. Nice. Dude, the song takes you on a journey, man. There's so many different feels that song gives you. I love it.
All right, my number 5 is also a Metallica album, Master of Puppets.
There you go.
The song of all time is Disposable Heroes. And love Master of Puppets. Also, the first like band shirt that I ever got that I traded a friend of mine at school. I don't know what for, but I got the Master of Puppets T-shirt.
Yes, I also used to own that shirt. Not anymore, though. I don't own it anymore. I wish they'd actually create a better Master of Puppets shirt, and maybe they have. I haven't been looking, but the one I had was probably just boom album cover. Yeah, just the album cover. I wish they'd do one. What?
They have that one still.
Yeah, no, but I wish they'd make it a little bit same thing, but just a little bit more artsy, something like that. Okay, my number 5 is going to be, and this is the only band that's going to appear on my top 5 list twice. And most people know it as their most famous album. And some people fucking hate the band, but there's other people who appreciate what they do and the whole gimmick and the show and all that stuff. And you got to go Kiss Destroyer.
Oh, not who I thought you were going to say. Kiss is awesome.
I celebrate their entire catalog, except for maybe like music from the Elders a little tough, and the fucking grunge album they did was a little rough, and their newest albums, Sonic Boom and Monster. No, but I liked old Kiss. I liked hair metal Kiss. Like, fucking love Kiss.
Nice.
But go ahead with your number 4.
Number 4, another album that was very popular that when I was younger would be Alice in Chains, Dirt.
There you go.
Great album.
I was actually just watching. Yeah, they came up. We were watching music videos earlier with my daughters, and Man in the Box, Tommy Dreamer's theme.
That's from
came on. Well, it's also the theme of the hardcore legend Tommy Dreamer. My number 4, and I told you we talked about it earlier. I gave them one album. It's my favorite of their album. It's their second studio. Actually, technically, it's their first studio album, because their first studio album that you can get on CD is actually a mix of like 3 or 4 singles jammed into one to make an album, but they were all released separately. Their first one that all came together that was released as its own album, Green Day Kerplunk. It's the best Green Day album that ever was put out. It's before they signed with Reprise Records and everything got like, what it became, especially in the future. This was just raw Green Day. So Green Day Kerplunk is my number 4.
Okay. I do want to add, I did not put any Nine Inch Nails on this list because I keep them more in the industrial as opposed to rock and roll. So.
Oh my God damn it. I was watching them earlier today when we saw the Alice in Chains video. I showed my daughter like 3 or 4 videos of them, and I didn't put one song. They're one of my favorite bands of all time.
Me too, but
Appetite for Destruction, GNR.
Oh.
God damn, I didn't think of GNR, and I was watching them earlier today.
I like GNR, but they're not in my top echelon.
I celebrate their entire catalog. That's another.
I'm going with number 3, AC/DC's Back in Black.
There you go. Back in Black.
Barely edged by Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, which is also amazing.
I can't believe I fucking forgot GNR. That really fucking bothers me. Connor, let me see what you got here. Top Kiss songs: Detroit Rock City, I Was Made for Loving You, Love Gun. Hold on one sec. Love Gun. Shout It Out Loud. I'll agree. I love Detroit Rock City. I Was Made for Loving You is okay. Love Love baby. Gun.
Strutter.
Love Strutter. That first Kiss album. Love Strutter. Shout It Out Loud is great, but dude, my favorite Kiss song of all time, Parasite. Fucking love. Oh. Yeah, I love Kiss. Fucking love them. Sorry. There we go. I have another Kiss album on here, by the way, Connor, just to let you know. Let's see. Coming at Maddie. I personally think AC/DC is overrated. I actually agree with you, Maddie. I mean, Connor. I think they're good. I enjoy a lot of their songs, but once again, the same argument can be made for AC/DC and their music as Kiss. So who am I to throw stones? My number 3 is going to be the other Kiss album on my list. And this may surprise people, but I think it's the best overall Kiss album from front to back. And it was Peter Criss had left the band. Ace Frehley barely played on it. Like, I don't think he played much at all on it. It was actually Vinnie Vincent, who ended up joining the band, who actually played on this album, but he wasn't like credited as playing most of the guitar on the album. But it's Creatures of the Night from Kiss. I mean, you've got like War Machine, and you got I Love It Loud, and you got the Creatures of the Night, the main track. I mean, just the whole album front to back. It's my favorite Kiss album.
Very good. My number 2, and it wouldn't be a Maddie list without at least putting one band here that most of you probably haven't even heard of, is Interpol with their second album, Antics. Amazing.
Very good. Very good. What do you think? Scott Foster says AC/DC was best with Bon Scott.
I think that's pretty much the general opinion.
Connor, rest in peace, Eric Carr. Yes, absolutely. I think he would have been. He will always be Kiss's best drummer. That's number one. Number two, there is a great go online. I don't know if you've seen it. There's it's free on YouTube, and it's called the Tale of the Fox. Just look on YouTube, The Tale of the Fox. There's like a documentary, an independently made documentary on Eric Carr, and it's fucking awesome. And he is Kiss's best drummer. He's better than Eric Singer. He's better than way better than Peter Criss. But yeah. Okay, moving along. My number two, Maddie. What was your number four?
My number four was Alice in Chains' Dirt.
What was your number five?
Metallica, Master of Puppets.
My number two is Metallica, Master of Puppets.
Good man.
Fucking awesome album.
So good. I can't tell you how many times I played that tape.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
So
and then when you get a CD and you realize, oh, I can actually listen to all the songs from all the rewinding or whatever. At some points, it doesn't go.
Wear this thing out from it won't get progressively worse every time I listen to it.
Oh, absolutely. All right, let me real quick before we get to our number ones. I want to go through here. Kim says Zeppelin 1, 2, 4. Wow, we're going crazy now. Dark Side of the Moon, great album. Rumors, Texas Flood, Electric Land. T. Dobbs says saw Tool twice in Toronto. Not a huge fan of Tool, but I understand. I have a lot of friends who are fans of Tool. But I want to get back to, I told Miguel that I would read his, and then a bunch of shit came in. So I want to just get up there and try. I promised Miguel I'd get to his list. Real quick, T. Dobbs says Dark Side of the Moon, Tool, Anything, Steely Dan. Wow, Steely Dan. Okay. AC/DC, Anything, The Who, Live at Leeds. Good list. Although Steely Dan threw me off there a little bit. Here we go. Miguel comes in and says, number one, Linkin Park. Now, I like a lot of Linkin Park songs, but I don't know if I'd put one of their albums on. Breaking Benjamin, same thing. Not a huge fan. Chevelle, hats off to the bull. AC/DC, Back in Black. There you go. And Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. Did Maddie say Ride the Lightning by Metallica? No, we didn't. I love Ride the Lightning, by the way.
Good, but Master of Puppets is my
Master of Puppets. Yep. And if the bass and everything was better on Injustice, it'd be a higher on my list. Not higher than Master of Puppets, but the original mixing on Injustice, that was a kind of sucked there. All right, my number one, I'm going back to a band I have a tattoo of, a band that I literally love, no matter who's in the band, no matter what iteration of the band. I just love their gimmick. I love everything about them. And this technically, this album came out in 1997, but the band broke up in 1983. But this was a bunch of tracks that they had on singles and whatever put together in a proper album. And it was Glenn Danzig era, technically, but it came out in 1997, and it's the Misfits' Static Age. You're getting like all those Teenagers from Mars and all those great songs just slammed into one album. And if you actually look at the track listing, it's probably my number one go. I just can listen to it. It's same thing with Master of Puppets, same thing with Kerplunk, same thing with Creatures of these are albums I can put in and you just don't have to worry about skipping tracks. London Dungeon, I think, is on that one. I mean, it is what it is. But there it is, Maddie. That was a good one.
Yeah, we didn't even do my number one yet.
Oh, give it to me.
Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Nice, dude. You prefer The Wall over Dark Side?
I do. I'm one of those rare, and I still love Dark Side, don't get me wrong, but The Wall is just my go-to. I love The Wall.
I think Dark Side would edge it out for me, but The Wall, before in early Pink Floyd days, I go with The Wall, but also Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Have you ever listened to that?
Yeah.
Like that was before what's his face joined the band, and they had the other singer. Why can't I remember
all their stuff on vinyl?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that wasn't a bad one. I like that one, but once again, it's not set in stone, folks. It's not set in stone.
Yeah, you gotta remember we came up with this in like 3 minutes, so.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point of it. And, it is what it is. No Relics by Pink Floyd was awesome. Lane Kerner, Meatloaf. Hey, Bat Out of Hell was a great album. Yes, David Gilmour. David Gilmour. No, but David Gilmour was in the band, but who was the guy who went fucking crazy? Who was the guy who was on Piper at the Gates of Dawn? That wasn't David Gilmour.
Yeah, they wrote the Shine On You
I
Crazy
can't.
Diamond for.
Yeah, I can't fucking remember. It's killing me that I can't remember his name.
I'll look it up later.
Ted, you must be behind in the stream, man. We're already done. All right, Maddie, let's do this. Let's get back from the break and end out the intermission report. Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll be right back with more Jets talk and football.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
All right, we are back, folks. We only got about 15 minutes left in the show. I am in New Jersey once again. My family is visiting. I told them I'd make it a little bit of a shorter show tonight. But what I will do really quick, if he wants to call in, and we all know who I'm effing talking about. Let me bring back Murdoch. Let him get to the stage. Hey, Murdoch, what's up? What's your top 5 rock albums, buddy?
Worst possible category for me, but I did look up.
Oh, so you're a little gay?
No. Jesus Christ! All right.
Jesus Christ.
I was looking up because I don't know the names of albums, but I remember songs I used to like and a couple songs on albums, but I never know the names of the songs or albums. But I found some. Appetite for Destruction was one of them. I couldn't remember a Motley Crue album that I liked a bunch of songs on.
Dr. Feelgood.
Was it Dr. Feelgood?
Feel good. Feel all right, dude. Love hair metal. It's another guilty pleasure of mine. Poison, Motley Crue, Rat, fucking
on my XM.
Dockin.
I didn't know. I know Dr. Feelgood, the song and the album, but not. There's a few songs
that heart is on there. It's probably that one.
Also, Use Your Illusion. One or two.
Oh yeah,
both of those.
Either one. One.
Yeah, I remember it was so different for Guns N' Roses to do November Rain. It was like
I'm telling you right now, dude. That song is my favorite song of all time. Period.
It was a 9-minute song or something, and it had Stephanie Seymour in the video, and I was just getting like pubes and stuff. And I remember it was like it carried me through adolescence. That video. I don't know if I can give you 5 total, but yeah, but those are 3 that I remember.
Well, dude, I appreciate it, guys. I put it I put the link in the description for one person only. But I need to know: Are we going John Wayne, Big Jake, or Boris Karloff, Frankenstein? Come on, I need an answer.
Oh, I mean, Boris Karloff.
Okay, Boris Karloff. That's the first thing I heard. Here we go.
Meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are really sucking the ball.
I couldn't remember what you were talking about, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Our resident child thrower, champion of the universe, gold medalist, Mets 2128. Mets, did you know that the Barstool Mets show were wondering about you the other day? Maddie listened, and they were wondering how you it was the show after signing Juan Soto, and they said, I wonder how Mets 2128 feels about this. And then they did a little impression of you.
What did they do?
They sounded like you, Mets.
What?
Mike Daboll needs to fucking go.
Brian Daboll, not Mike Daboll.
Mike, whatever. Mike's in the brain. I'm Midnight Mike.
Anyway, I don't really. I mean, this wasn't a subject I'm used to because if you look at my albums, is your microphone fixed?
So we got a bunch of snow, so I got to leave a little early for work. But I really want to.
Oh, dude, it's okay. I'm getting. We got to get out of here in about 10 minutes.
So I can't really put an answer to the top 5 question in this case.
Oh, you don't listen to metal? You don't listen to rock?
What dumb wrestling intros are your top 5?
No, I bet he listens to Striper.
Mm-hmm. Or Winger.
No. Most part, Skillet's the only band I listen to.
What kind of music is that?
Christian rock.
Okay.
I told you, Striper. Dude, are you a big fan of Creed? Have you went to go see Creed recently?
Nope.
Ah.
If I had to pick, I mean, there's one song on this album that I think is pretty good. Called
Who is? Are you typing?
No, that's not me. I think that's
Matt. Okay.
That was me.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Called Death to Fire.
And what band is this again? I'm going to write it down.
Skillet.
Isn't that your
Skillet.
band? Mets, isn't that your band? Aren't you in that band?
No.
Oh, dude, could you imagine if Mets had a fucking band?
Absolutely.
I mean, there is a guy that shares my first name in the band, but his last name is Morrison. He's the main guitarist.
He's doxing himself. Everyone's gonna know his first name now, because everyone's big Skillet fans.
Everybody's gonna
so they're gonna be
Skillet member.
They're gonna be like, oh, that guy.
Oh, I saw he wrote in the chat like, oh well, blah blah blah. My band Skillet. I thought he was like low key trying to throw his plug his band. So I was like, you're in a band, okay.
I'm not in the band. It's just the one I listen to the most.
Listen, you rock. You play the hardest cowboy.
Dude, if Mets had a band, I would be one of the biggest fans of that band.
I would be a groupie and just try to have sex with everyone in that band.
Hell yeah.
Again, I have listened. I still like to listen to other older stuff. I mean, the Johnny Zant band's Brickyard Road cover is good.
I'll tell you this, Mets. Let me tell you this about Jesus music. I was traveling down from Connecticut yesterday, and whatever station we had, like a rock station on 99.1 in Connecticut. And when we got into New Jersey, it turned into a Jesus station. And I actually told my wife, I was like, F it, let's turn it up and listen to it. And then I had this one song stuck in my fucking head for like hours after we got out of the car about just Jesus loving you. And I tried to remember the name of the artist, but I couldn't. It was tough. But I'm going to check out Skillet. I'm going to check it out. Mets, what do you think of this game here, man? It's gotten close again, 31-28 Washington.
Problem is there's no defense from either side.
No, which kind of hurts the Aaron Glenn argument to try to get him, once again, injury. He's been dealing with shit on his team. It's hard. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's not fair because one was a pick six and the Lions had 3 turnovers in the first half. So
and now we got another injury on the Lions line.
Do we? I'm seeing a guy limping off the field he's like, no, who is this? I can't, my phone is.
Number 6 for the Lions.
Yeah.
And now we got guy number 32 is dealing with looks like a groin pull.
Yeah, he's holding that groin. He definitely is holding that groin.
Imagine the Lions being the first 15-2 team that's done. Oh, his pants ripped, so he needs the leg cut off.
Why? Just fucking play the game. Like, come on, guys.
You know what's funny, Mike? When you were playing his intro song, I'm less familiar with the Frankenstein one. So at the end, and it goes, and I just heard it at the end. It was like, and the Mets are really sucking the ball. I thought it said, and the Mets are really sucking the balls. And I was like, Mike found like a joke song about the Mets. That's great. Added it in, and then I was like, oh, it said socking the ball. Okay.
What does this mean, Mets? DB says, Mets, be on the lookout for your flags.
And he ordered me some penalty flags so I could do the joke on the Tom Grossi joke on Murdoch Stream. You know, flag.
Oh, repeat it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, man. You were beating that joke on his show. Absolutely. I'm glad DB got you those. So you can throw some yellow flags instead of whatever that blue thing is you have.
He offered. He said he'll send them red and yellow flags.
Oh, he's sending you challenge flags too?
Okay, that is not
nice.
After the quarterback doesn't even have the damn ball on a rush play.
Very nice, dude. That actually excites me too. Mets, DB, and we're big fans of yours.
DB stands for the bomb.
The bomb.
First, I might not be able to get in on the show anyway.
I think these are the flags he's sending you that Scott put in the chat. Yeah.
I'm not queer.
Thank you, Mets. Thank you for clearing that up. We appreciate that. No, T-Dubs, you do not need defenses. Not in this game. Not when you're playing a shootout Madden style. This is like you ever played John Elway quarterback?
That game was.
You could put that arrow anywhere on the field and the guy would run and catch it.
Was that on NES or Super NES?
NES.
That was on NES.
That game sucked.
It's like it did. You held down the B button and an arrow would appear, and you could literally put it anywhere on the field you wanted and let go, and then the receiver would just end up there and he'd catch the ball. It was the most ridiculous football game that I ever played.
Then again, I think we can all agree the one character we always wanted to beat up on the NES was the dog.
Oh yeah, from Duck Hunt.
Oh yeah, we hate that dog.
You fucking much.
Well, who didn't just always shoot at the dog? They should have allowed you to shoot the dog. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, all right, boys.
Not that I want to. No, yeah, Maddie, we got to get out of here. Okay, that's fine. Maddie,
I got to go, but I will see you guys Tuesday night. I hope everybody has a good week. Stay warm because it's going to be cold.
Thank you, Maddie. We appreciate it. All right, guys. Mets, let me let you go because I got to get out of here too. I have, hold on 1 second. Scott Foster coming in, and he will, if I can get to it once again, running off my phone. So, apologies. He gets the Jets chant. It's coming Monday, Murdog.
I'm nervous already, man.
I'm not nervous. I'm ready. Scott Foster comes in and shots at the bar. Scott, I made myself a Long Island iced tea for the show, man. Hold on, let me. That's one of those glass. Cheers, Scott. But Murdoch, thank you for being here. Hold on one second. Let me get back to that. Hey, so he comes in with the $2, and once again, Scott Foster, not only our buddy in the Discord, so come join us in Murdog's Jets Stream Discord. Check that out. DB will drop a link to the Discord in the comments section. Scott is always active in there. Love talking to our boy Scott, but he's not only a channel member, he finally got his gifted channel membership, but comes in with $1.99, and I appreciate that, Scott. Thank you very much. Yeah, Murdoch, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it. I am extremely pumped to start doing these shows with the new computer. It is going to be outstanding.
Yeah, it must have been real annoying for you.
You guys covered so fucking perfect for me. You guys did so good. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so we expect our next pay raise sooner
rather than later, right?
That's good. Maddie said something like 2 weeks ago that I was dying laughing.
No, the last 3 weeks were so frustrating, and I just was racking my brain on how I was going to fix it, and now DB just saved the fucking day. And especially with the new Midnight Jury coming, I was also worried about, I put off, I wanted to start us all meeting up on Thursday nights just to even figure out how we're going to do this and when we're going to do it. Is it going to be weekly, bi-weekly, things like that. I wanted, but I kept putting it off because I knew I was having these issues, and now those issues are gone, and we're going to be able to literally go, full bore ahead with that. And now with the show, it's going to be awesome.
It's like DB has been coming to the rescue, saving the day for many people. He's well,
hell yeah. And then and now I find out he's sending challenge and penalty flags to Mets. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's Captain Savaho of Jets YouTube.
He is. Well, at least of the Midnight Mike show, like Family Tree.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
he has come through for you with the Discord. He comes through with me with the computer. He's always supporting the show. Yeah, and then Mets with the penalty flags. Like, this is a great little community, little family we got going on here.
Yeah, he definitely hit the mic tree and hit every branch on the way down. So
absolutely.
He's been
but dude, thank you so much for being on the show. And Tuesday night starts everything new. And I can't wait for next Saturday. We're probably going to go at least 2.5 hours next Saturday night. We're going to have a blast.
Yeah, we usually go like 30 minutes over every show.
Yeah, but I'm saying this is like almost a definite because like I'm on like cloud 9 right now.
You let your hair down a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We'll have fun like we did on New Year's, man.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Get a drink. Get one of your White Claws or whatever femme beverage you were drinking, and we'll all have fun on next Saturday. Tuesday, we still got to do about an hour and a half. But next Saturday night, man, be ready.
Those were leftovers. Don't blame me for that. That was
okay. Fair enough. You're gonna blame your girlfriend. Blame your girlfriend. That's fine.
Okay. Well, I'll take it.
All right. Good night, man.
See you later, boys. See you later, chat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I am Midnight Mike, your late night New York Jets host, coming to you from New Jersey. Like I said, 10-minute drive away from One Jets Drive, which is once again lights out. There's no one there. It's the Jets. Once the season is over, that's it for us. I mean, that's just become normal for New York Jets and New York Jets fans. We're used to it. I hope everybody is, of course, enjoying the game. We tried to keep you updated. This is a great shootout game, and we've talked about it. Absolutely no defense whatsoever in this game. DB, thank you for being in here. Kim, thank you for being in here. I appreciate T-Dobbs, Guillermo, all you guys. Stack, all you guys. Thank you so much. One more super chat came in. There you go. DB94 with $2. And I'm going to try to, there we go. I'm going to give you the Jets chant. $2 says, I heard there were shots. Hey guys, if you want shots at the bar behind me, just message me. I'll give out my mother's address to literally everyone in the nation who is watching, and you guys can come over and take some shots. All right, just DM me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Midnight Mike, your late night New York Jets host. And hold on one sec. Once again, we're running on my phone here. I just got to get this working, and I can't wait to. I'm holding you. I can't wait to see you next time.